Hi guys, it's Maureen. Welcome back to my little English page. I see we have a few students here. Hi Sergei, nice to see you. So today we are going to have a look at some differences between British or American English words. So we're going to have a look at sometimes it's the pronunciation that's different, sometimes it's the spelling, other times it can also just be the word that is completely different. So that's what we'll have a look at today. So how are you guys? How was your week? It's been a week since we've seen each other. How are you guys doing? Yeah, I've switched to water, cold water with ice, because it is getting really, really hot right now in Seville. I think we are already at around 30 degrees, if not more. So no more hot tea. It's not possible. Hello, Koke. Hello, Shalom. Hello, Sergei. It's so nice to see you guys. So, before we start, I want to have a look. I want to know what you guys know regarding the differences between British and American English. Do you know some of the differences? Do you know some words? Let me know in the comment section and we'll go from there. Thank you, Koke. My day off was wonderful as well. Yes, yesterday, the 1st of May, was a bank holiday. And I think the 8th is also a bank holiday very soon. Hello, Red. Hello, Ali. Nice to see you guys. So, while we're just saying hello and getting to know each other, I want you guys to comment right here in the comment section the words that you know in British or American English, or if you know other types of differences that exist. I've mentioned sometimes it might just be the pronunciation that is a little bit different, okay? So I want you guys to let me know. Thank you, Ali. All right, so come on, guys. You can do it. Also, by the end of the live, you will see me sweating because it's super hot. I have the heavy light on, so sorry about that. So yes, sir. This is not actually necessarily a British versus American difference. Affect and effect, they have different meaning, and effect is a verb, but is a noun. Sorry, but affect is the verb. So that's one of the differences. What else do we have? Okay, so Sergei, you're talking about differences in pronunciation, and the one you're mentioning is extremely right. That's not correct. You don't say extremely right, but you are spot on. The letter A is going to be pronounced quite differently in British and in American English. So that is definitely one of the points. Absolutely. Then we have soccer. Very good. And the equivalent is football. So soccer is American, football is British. Very good. Hi, Sheriff. All right, guys. So any more differences? Do you know any other differences? So Sergei mentioned the pronunciation of the letter A. There's another letter that is quite famously pronounced differently in both types of English. What letter? Can you think of one? All right, so Sheriff is going there with flat and apartment. Curb and cold. I don't know about that one, sir, guys. So, but perhaps that's a possibility. Yes, Sheriff. The D. Actually, I was thinking about the T. The T is very often pronounced D in American English, while Brits will actually properly pronounce that T sound. Very good. All right, good, guys. Very nice. Okay, so, sorry. I have created several categories with a few examples in each. And if you have more examples, please feel free to write them in the description or in the comment section. So the first difference that we're going to have a look at is something quite famous that you guys are usually aware of. I think it's one of those differences that you kind of learn about from the very beginning. It's regarding the spelling. So for example, if I write color like this, is this British or American spelling? Check in the comment section. I wrote C-O, oh, you can hear the train. I'm going to close the window. C-O-L-O-R. What spelling is that? Okay, so you guys are divided in that one. We have two American, two British. No, one British. So yes, exactly, guys. Usually the simpler spelling is American. So C-O-L-O-R is American. The British equivalent is color with a U. Color, okay? The pronunciation is exactly the same. Don't worry about that. Well, color and color, but that U doesn't affect the sound really. It's the way Americans pronounce the R and Brits pronounce the R that's going to affect mostly, okay? So do you know other words that have this particular spelling change? So we have color here. I have two more in mind. Can you think of more? Yes, Sergei, very good. Flavor, that's not the one I had in mind. It's very similar, but very good. Flavor can be spelled O-R, American spelling, and O-U-R, British spelling. Very good. Good, so Sheriff, we're focusing on words that change from O-U-R to O-R. The spelling change that you've mentioned is another point that we'll cover in a few minutes, but this is good. Keep it for later. Okay, so Sheriff, here you have favorite and favorite. Very good. That works. Good, good, good. What else do you have? For example, the people that live close to you, for example, in the apartment next door, what are they called? Hi, Hugo. So now, Camilo, we're only focusing on words that go from O-U-R to O-R, like color. We've also mentioned flavor. Yes, Sheriff, that's the one, but you keep misspelling it. It's neighbor. Very good. It's a funny word. Neighbor, I know. Neighbor, very good. That's another word. The other one that I had, your typos, I know. The other one that I had in mind was a favor, which really is similar to flavor that one of you guys mentioned. Sergei, that's the one you mentioned earlier. Okay? So good. That was one of the main categories where you'll see differences between Brit and American English. Okay? Savior. Good. All right. So since, Sheriff, you've mentioned the T-R-E or T-E-R, we're going to have a look at that. My example is going to be, what did you use? Yeah, that's the same. Center and center. So if I write center this way, is this British or American spelling? Do you know? I think Winston's being naughty. All right. So yes, center, T-R-E is British and T-E-R is US. Remember, if the spelling seems more logical or easier, it's usually American English. When you say center, it looks like what it sounds, okay? Center rather than centra, spelled in British English. Of course, you pronounce it the same, center and center, okay? Very good. Good. So can you think of other words that have that spelling change? The T-R-E to T-E-R? Write them down below if you can think of more. Oh, that doesn't work, Sheriff. But Sergei, that is a good one. Meter. Meter will go from meter like this to meter like that. That's a good one. Okay, can you think of another one? Do you have another one, perhaps? I think I have one more. Okay, when the place where you go and watch plays is called the, what is that building called? Exactly, the theater. That's another one where the spelling is going to change. Very good, guys. Awesome. So that was our second category. Good. All right, let's move on to the next one. Again, this is focusing on spelling. We will move on to the words, guys, that completely change. I know that's the category you're probably interested in, but we're still going to have a look at the others, okay? So the next one is we're going to double letters, okay? We're going to double some letters. For example, traveling. If I spell traveling this way, is this British or American spelling? What do you think? Okay, good, Hugo. This is US. Why? Because it's simplified. There's only one L. The British spelling would be more complicated. It would have two L's, okay? Now, Khalid, be careful. You wouldn't write travel with two L's on its own, okay? If you're forming, for example, a past participle with ED, you can have the two L's, or if you're forming, for example, a gerund with ing, you will also have two L's in British English, but not just for the word travel, okay? Good. Compelling, controlling, okay, we have a few more. What else did I have here? Okay, something that is not a verb. Marvelous can be spelled like this, okay, in American English, or marvelous in British English, okay? So this rule does not only apply to verbs or gerunds or past participles. It also applies to other words, okay? Good. So, yeah, I know, that's surprising, isn't it, Russian Peter? Did you know that? I know, we're discovering new things every day. To be honest, the marvelous one is something I learned about today. I thought it mostly related to verbs, like I mentioned, but no, we can have that for other words as well. Okay, guys? So let's move on to our next category. All right, so now this is of more of a general different spelling. There's no specific rules. One of the words, and this one, to be honest, it's taking me a while to know how to spell it. It's a crazy word. Okay, so this or this, what is it called? Oh, this is twisted. Okay, so this is called jewelry, right? Jewelry. How do you spell that? Choose one, just say if it's British or UK, it doesn't matter, but write it down and tell me what type of English you're using, okay? Oh, the dog is visiting. What are you doing, Winston? Go, go. Okay. All right, so sheriff, you write, oh, no plural, singular. Okay, so Russian Peter, I'm using, the general word, jewelry. So Yasar, you wrote jewelry, so still pronounced jewelry. That is the British spelling. Everybody else, the short version, jewelry, that is the American spelling. Once again, the simplified spelling is American. Okay, guys? Very good. Cook jewel, yes, a jewel. That can be pluralized, jewels, okay? But jewelry is never pluralized, okay? So let me just rewrite that. Jewelry, so pronounced jewelry, is UK. And jewelry, still pronounced jewelry, is US, okay? So do you know any other words that completely, well, not completely, but that look quite different spelled in British versus American English? If you do, write them down below, and I'll give you my other examples in just a second. What about, for example, the thing? It's kind of like a plastic that you put around the wheels of your car. That black plastic thingy. What is it called? Okay, so sheriff, here we're actually changing the word. That's a category we'll have a look at after. But exactly, guys, tire. Now, the spelling you chose, is that British or American spelling for tire with a Y? British or American? What do you think? Are you sure? Remember, the more complicated, the more British. The simpler, the more American. So exactly, Tyre is the British spelling. If you're on the American spelling, it's tire, just with an I. Okay? Tire. Still pronounced the same though. Tire. 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 All right, good. All right, guys. Any other words that you know that look a little bit similar but not quite the same? Any other ones that you know of? What do I use the most? Winston? I'm sorry, it's just making so much noise. I tend to use, when I write at least, I tend to use British English, but that's only because I've been preparing students for British exams. So that's the type of English that they're looking for. Now, there's not one that's better than the other. You will hear me switch a little bit when it comes to the accent. I go from British to American. I switch a lot without noticing it. So really, it's up to you, but there's not one that's better than the other, okay? All right, Mark Kelly, jail and goal. Joel, I don't know. I'm not familiar with this one, so maybe you're probably right, but I'm not familiar with this one. Okay, Hugo, these two words again are very different. I'm looking for words that look similar. For example, the clothes that you wear to go to sleep. How do you spell that in British and in American English? That would work. What's happening behind me is my dog. That's what's happening behind me. Okay, Sheriff, can you rewrite that without typos? Khalid, the same. You guys need to spell it correctly. So, can you guys give me the British spelling? Give me the British spelling. That's usually the one you guys know. Okay, so thanks, Mark. So they're both pronounced jail. Okay, nice. Sheriff, you still haven't spelled it right. Come on, you can do it. All right, so the British spelling of the clothes you wear to go to sleep is pajama. Pajama, okay? But this time with a Y. Now, the American spelling, again, is going to be, pajamas with an S. And the American spelling, again, is going to be simpler, kind of more natural. It looks more like what it sounds like. Pajamas, pajamas, okay? So that's another category of words that are a little bit different between British and American English, okay? Making sounds. All right, next. Ooh, I have lipstick on my teeth a little bit. Okay, guys, so another category, I'm not going to focus too much on it because there's so much we could cover. Nice water. Water. There are some words that are spelled the same, but that sound different in British and American English. For example, this word, garage or garage, okay? Garage is the American pronunciation. Garage is the British pronunciation. Garage, garage. Garage, garage, okay? There are more words like that, like adult, adult. I can't think of any others right now, any other words. You say it's a French. Yeah, actually, we use the same word in French as well. Garage. Okay, guys. So, massage. Do you say massage? No. I don't think that works, Sheriff. Massage, a massage. Massage, a massage. I think massage. Yeah, no, actually, that probably works, Sheriff. Yeah, I think so. Good one. All right, so my next category is focused on what Sergei mentioned earlier. We're going to have a look at words that have a different pronunciation for the letter A, where it changes quite a lot. So here, give me a second. I'm writing a bunch of words that are going to be pronounced differently in British and American English. And everything changes because of that A. Amen, amen. That's another one, yeah? That's true. Very good. Ooh, that's a good one, Khalid. Schedule and schedule. Now, I have to admit, schedule is supposed to be more of a British pronunciation, but when I go to the UK, I mostly hear people say schedule. So maybe it has changed a little bit over the past few years. But yeah, it's definitely possible to hear schedule or schedule. Both are possible. Okay. So these are the words that are going to change, okay? Again, all focusing on the sound A. So we have, let's go with British pronunciation first. Bath, bath, laugh, laugh, class, class, chance, chance, ask. I'm exaggerating a little bit the British accent. Ask, after, after, can't, can't, and example, example. Okay? Yes, fast, that works as well, very well. Now let's have a look at the American pronunciation. Bath, bath. Do you see the difference? Earlier I said bath, bath. Now I'm going bath, bath. Laugh, laugh. Class, class. Chance, chance. Ask, ask, ask. Yeah, I guess it would be ask. And then after, after. Can't, can't, can't. And example, example. All right, so see how that A changes quite a lot. Grammar, 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 grammar. In this case, it's not too different. Grammar, grammar. Yeah, it's not too different. Can you think of more words? Fast was a very good example as well. Do you have any more, guys? Any more examples? Oh, the dog is sleeping behind now. He's so quiet. Last, very good. Last, last, cast, cast. Are you just changing the first letter on every single word, Sheriff? It works though. Past, that also works. All right, good guys. Let's move on to the next category. What else do I have? Okay, so earlier we did mention the T and the D having some kind of thing going on in there. So specifically the letter T. The letter T is rarely pronounced T in American English. Okay, so for example, you said party, party. See how it's a lot more like a D? Party, and not party, party, party. Okay? So let's have a look at a few words up that will sound quite differently. Let's copy paste that. So, whoa, what are we doing? I don't want a 7. What is that? Okay. All right. I need to find a better system than the comment section. See, that was very American. A better system or a better system than the comment section. I'll try and find something cooler for next time, guys. Okay, so those are the words I chose for this time. We have, so let's start with British pronunciation. Better, better. See, it's a strong T sound. Better. Water, water. Hated, hated. Writing, writing. Bottom, bottom. Native, native. Artificial, artificial. Notice, okay? Yeah, that's another one. Pretty would go to pretty. Good. So now let's have a look at those words pronounced with a American accent. So my T's, guys, we imagine that they are D's. And that's it, okay? So better, better. Water, water. See how the A changes again? Water, water. changes quite a lot here again. Then we have hated, hated, writing, writing, bottom, 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 dumb, bottom. It's not bottom here, bottom, bottom. It's more like it's almost like a French R, bottom, no, bottom, bottom. I feel like I'm saying it weird now. Then we have native, native, div, not div really, but similar. Native, artificial, artificial. See, the T is gone here. Artificial. Notice, notice. It's quite different. Naughty, naughty, stative, stative, static, static. Very good. Utter, utter. Good job, guys. Very good. So see, those can seem like completely different words if you're not aware of that one letter change, okay? So, good. All right. Is it a bit hard, Koke? So do you guys want me to repeat those words, or are you okay for the pronunciation? Koke is desperate now. Woof. No, are we guys good for pronunciation, or one more time? So you're okay, Sir Guy? What about everybody else? Let me know. One more time, or are we good? What are you doing? You can do it, Koke. Yay! All right, so I'll just repeat them one more time then. Good. And Yesar wants me to say them in French. Maybe at the end of the lesson, I'll speak a bit of French, because you guys always ask me. But okay, let's repeat those words again. British pronunciation first. Better, better. Water, water. Hated, hated. Writing, writing. Bottom, bottom. Native, native. Artificial, artificial. Notice. So that was notice. British pronunciation. Now let's go to American pronunciation. Better, better. Water, water. Hated, hated. Writing, writing. Bottom, bottom. Native, native. Artificial, artificial. Notice, notice. Okay, good. All right, so guys, now we're moving on to my kind of last category of words that are, yeah, the American pronunciation sounds funny. You know, it's weird to think that I used to only have an American accent. When I went to the US, that was where I really, really got that American accent. And then I went to the UK and I kind of lost it. So sometimes it just feels weird to think that I used to speak like that fully. But now it's just a weird mess, weird mix, I guess. Okay. Writing and writing. Yes, yes, Sergei, the pronunciation is the same in this case. Okay, you prefer British. You know, I think once you kind of understand the British accent, now there are about 1 million different British accents, but if we're referring to more of a general kind of British accent, I think it can be easier because, for example, words like can and can't sound very different, but in American English, can and can't sound very similar. But this, again, there are also many accents in the UK that might not follow these rules, so it's a bit of a, I don't know, it's luck, I guess, maybe, or practice. It is a lot of practice, to be honest. Okay. Do I speak with a French accent? I can. It sounds really weird. If you guys watch my videos, specifically the Phrasal Verb series, you can hear French accent in English. It's strange. All right. Let's have a look. What did I miss? Writing. Yeah. Thank you, Khalid. You're really nice. What do you mean in the States, Sheriff? Well, Cookie, you don't have to learn both, really. It's good to be aware of both. Because, you know, you might meet somebody from the UK, you might meet somebody from the US. So it's good to be aware of both so that if somebody uses, for example, a British word, a word that's only used in England or in Scotland, you'll know what it is. But native speakers are also aware of those differences. So let's say you know British English and you're talking to an American. They will still be aware that, you know, you're using British English, and they'll still be able to understand you. Now, in the case that you need English for work and it's very specific, and you know that your company only works with British companies, go for British English, or vice versa. If you know you're never ever going to need to know British English because you only work with the US, you only want to travel to the US, well, I mean, then focus on that type of English. It's really up to you and up to what you need, guys, okay? Exactly, yes. When I was in the US in high school, yes, because I did a year in high school there, and that made a really, really big difference to my English. And when I came back, all my friends were like, "Oh, Marie, you sound like an American." And I did. But yeah, now my accent is a bit of a mix. When I read something, I'm usually very, very careful. And I sound a lot more British, I think. But right now, see, that sounds more American. All right. So guys, let's move on to our last category. I have selected some words that are completely different in British and American English. I have chosen some words that I think are quite common, or some of the words that you should be aware and know, you know, the differences. This is where you guys can impress me and show me even more words. So first, let's have a look at my words. I'm always going to give you the British equivalent. I want you guys to give me the American one. Okay, so my first word is going to be shop. And in this case, I'm referring to the place, not the action. So what's the equivalent in American English? Hello, hi. Hania. At the end, Sheriff. All right, guys, so the equivalent of shop. A shop, okay, a shop. What is it in the US? Okay, so Sheriff has given one answer. Do I have anybody else who wants to give me an answer before I give you the answer? Okay, Sergei is answering as well. Good, guys. One more? Just one more? Let's see. Can you give me one more? But that's not the place, Sergei, but that's a good word. Yes. All right, yeah, so you guys are good. It is store. The shop, the store. That's the difference. Okay? Very good. My next word is... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to write. Erase, erase, erase. Oh, that's another word. The next one was bill. The bill. At the end, when you are in a restaurant, you ask the waiter, "Can I have the bill, please?" That's when you want to know how much you need to pay, and it comes on a little paper. Sheriff, this is a little bit more businessy. You don't ask for an invoice at the restaurant. You ask for the bill. But what's the American word? Okay, so Sergei has written one word. Do I have anybody else who might know the answer? Okay, so Khalid is the right word, but you're using British spelling because it has a different meaning in this case. So not receipt. So far, Sergei is the only one with the answer. It is to ask for the check. The check, okay? Now, check like this. If I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I might be wrong. I believe that, so CHEQUE is the British spelling for a check. You know, when you write a check. So that's different, okay? So good. Yeah, the check, you ask for the check, you ask for the bill. Very good. My next word, guys, is lift. And in this case, I'm talking about the little machine. You go inside and it takes you up to a different level. What is this in American English? Yeah, that's an easy one. I see a lot of answers. Good. Good, good. Come on, somebody else? Does anybody else have the answer for this one? No? All right, well, we still have 3 right answers, guys. It is the elevator. Or, well, yeah, elevator. Elevator. Again, see how that T becomes a D. Elevator. Very good, guys. Very good. Hania, Koke, Sergei, Sheriff. Okay, good job, guys. Well done. Next one. Bim. Ooh. Flat. A flat. What is the American equivalent? Although I have heard those words used a little bit interchangeably. But yeah. Okay, you've got it, Sheriff. Good. Good, good, good. All right, everybody has this one. Good job, guys. It is an apartment. An apartment, okay? A flat, an apartment. Good job. Next one. Oh, that's an interesting one. Lift, again, but I'm not looking for elevator. Let's say you need to go to the airport and you need your friend to drive you to the airport. You need your friend to give you a lift, right? What's the American equivalent? Oh, no, Sheriff, it's not a raise. Exactly, it is a ride. To give someone a ride. Can you give me a lift? Can you give me a ride? Very good. Okay, and in this case, it is a noun. A lift, a ride. Good. Okay, so in this case here, Khalid, you can't use carry. It doesn't work here, okay? But yes, ride is correct. Very good. All right, next one is used at the supermarket. It's a trolley. You know, it's that kind of metal box thing that has wheels and that you push and you put all of your products inside. Excuse me. That is called a trolley. What is the American equivalent? All right, Sergei, you're on fire. So, Sheriff, I'm not looking for the basket. The basket, you carry it on your arm. I'm looking for the one you push, okay, and that has wheels. It can roll. Grocery bag, that would be different as well. Anybody else, guys? Nope. Well, here Sergei was right. Good job. It is a cart. A cart, I should say, really, if it's American pronunciation. A cart. Okay, a trolley, British pronunciation, and a cart for American pronunciation. Okay. Good try with the mobile food basket, but that was not the answer. Okay, we are moving on to the car. Or car. Car or car? What is the boot? What is the boot? Not the thing you put on your feet, okay? We're talking about an area of the car. Where is the boot? What is that? What is? Trunk. Oh, I think you've got a typo here, Sergei. Rewrite that. So, Sheriff, it's not the front. It's actually the back of the car. You know that you can open and put your suitcases in, for example. That's the boot. The boot. So, yeah, Mark Kelly, trunk. That can, yeah, that's a part of the elephant. The bonnet, no, you were almost right, Sergei. It is trunk, okay? The boot, And the trunk, that's the area of the car that you can open at the back and where you can put things, for example, your groceries when you go shopping, for example. Very good, guys. Okay, next one. Okay, I have two more. The first one is holiday. So what's the equivalent of holiday in American English? Okay, you're giving me French. Vacances, that's French. We're looking for English, American English. I know people start confusing and mixing languages after a while. Okay, so we have two of you, Sheriff, yes, sir. You guys are giving me vacation. Very good. Holiday, vacation. Okay, you've got it. Just don't confuse with vacances, which is French. A staycation, we saw that during one of the lives. I think it was with Sophie from Lingo Philosophy on Instagram. Very good. All right. You think I have too much sugar? Why? Because I have too much energy? I'm drinking water. Okay, so yes, holiday, vacation. Now my next one, I'm going to give you one word. So in the UK, it's quite common to use mate to call someone a friend, okay? A mate. Can you think of alternatives to mate in American English? There's quite a few words. Okay, I want you to think of it more as a, hey, mate. You wouldn't really say, hey, friend. That sounds a bit strange, okay? Collage is different, okay? Collage is when you cut photos and you put them together to make it pretty. You're thinking about colleague, but I'm still not looking for that. Okay, Khalid, you've got a good one. Sharif as well. Pal, buddy, not Dodd, Sergey. Yes, sir. Dude. You could also have bro. Very good. So pal, buddy, dude, bro. What else do I have? Did I have any more? That's exactly what I had. Pal, dude, bro. Man. You can also use man. Hey, man, how are you? Okay. But in the UK, mate is extremely common. Okay. Whether it's friendly or not, you could be having an argument and say, hey, mate, what are you talking about? Okay. It works in both cases, but just the same as man, dude, bro, pal. Pal, I guess pal works as well. Yeah, it's the same. You meant dude. Okay, typo. All right, guys. So this is pretty much the end of my list of words. I wanted to know if there's more words that you guys know exist and are quite different in British and American English. So I'll give you a bit of time to try and write that in the comment section. Can you hear Winston snoring? Sleepy dog. All right, guys, so go ahead. Let me know if you know any other words that are different in British and American English. I'm out of water. The bonnet, the hood, okay? The bonnet or the hood of the car. Suitcase. What do you mean, Sheriff? Suitcase. Give me more details. I'm not sure here. Pants and trousers, very good. Yes, pants and trousers. Those are very confusing. And I think earlier you mentioned chips and fries as well. That's another good one. What about, I just thought of this one. The pavement. What's the pavement in American English? Well, what's the pavement in British English first? Okay, so you have a street. The area of the street for people, pedestrians to walk on is the pavement. Okay, so what is the American equivalent of pavement? Do you know? Roadside, not quite. It's very close, though. You do have the word side in it. So we're going to say the sidewalk, guys. Okay, the sidewalk. Yes, good job. I see Eunice wrote that, the sidewalk, okay? Then, yeah, candy, sweets, that's another good one. Crossroads. Yes, there's another word as well. I can't remember what they use. Crossroads or intersection. Yes, so those two can be different. Then one that I mentioned not that long ago, I think, the motorway and the highway. That's another one. Match, game, good. All right, yeah, you guys know a lot. That's awesome. Very good. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much the end of the lesson I had planned, okay? But I saw a few of you wanted to do a little mini Q&A at the end. So if you're interested, go ahead. You can start asking your questions. Just before that, I just want to remind you guys that I go live on YouTube every Thursday at 3. I did start at 3:01 today, but that's okay. It was still 3 o'clock. So every Thursdays at 3 o'clock Spanish time. So that's GMT +2. Now, I also go live on Fridays, but I go live from a different account. I go live from Say Oh Yes. Let me write that down in the comment section. Say Oh Yes, okay? And I go live there at 12:30, not 12 anymore, 12:30. And tomorrow we are continuing the lesson on conditionals. We've had a look at type 1 and type 2. This time we're going to have a look at type 3 and mixed type. So this should be a little bit more challenging than the previous lesson we did on conditionals, okay? Now, another thing, of course, some of you have been asking about classes with me. If you're interested in booking a class with me, just go to our website, which is www.sayohyes.com. You can see all of the time slots that we have available, the groups available, the days available. And of course, when you sign up with us, you get the recording of each of your lessons. So this is a super, super good tool because first, you will be able to physically see and hear your evolution. And also you can go back on every lesson. You don't have to focus on taking notes during the lesson because it's all recorded. So you can focus on the lesson fully and go back to review pronunciation, review your mistakes, review the corrections that the teachers give you as well. All right, guys, so just remember this is at www.sayohyes.com. All right, let's have a look at your questions now. Next book. You mean the next book I'm going to read? That's a good question. I usually read quite a lot, but I haven't lately because I've been trying to create a lot more content. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm posting a lot more regularly on YouTube. So this does take a little bit of time. But I'm hoping to be able to get a good book this summer, you know, relax around the pool or maybe next to a beach and have a good book. But I haven't chosen the book yet. Tell me more about you. Well, you asked me. I don't know. You ask me questions. I don't know what you want to know. Challenge accepted. Not yet. There's no new challenges planned just yet, but maybe again soon. I don't know. Do I work full-time as a YouTuber? No. I mean, I do teach on the side. I wish I could be a full-time YouTuber, but I'm not there yet. Not at all. There's still a long way to go. But it is something I enjoy and that I wish it could become my full-time job. Definitely. Yeah. Let's see. Have you thought about working in a school? I used to work in a school. I've worked in a school. I worked in a school for, well, in different schools really, but for about 4 years, I worked in different schools. But, you know, when you work for someone, you have to follow their rules and you don't choose what you do when you do it. And I wanted to have a bit more freedom when it came to choosing the classes, the times that I wanted to teach. And also because I wanted to have more time to do things like this on YouTube and on social media, because like I said, we're hoping to make that a full-time thing. So it does require a lot of work and dedication. But like I said, I also provide classes on the side through Say Oh Yes. So So that's about my work situation right now. What languages do I know? So I'm French. That's my native language. So obviously I'm quite fluent in French. I learned Spanish as I grew up as well. That was my second language. I'm fluent. But even though it is my second language, I feel that my English is now stronger because I live in English. My partner's English, my students, I speak in English with my students. My friends speak in English. I watch TV in English. My whole world is in English. So those are my three main languages. And I also studied a little bit of Italian. I think I did 5 or 6 years, but it's been such a long time that I probably need to freshen that up a little bit. I can't remember much of it. I'm not sure that. Where do you live now? I live in Spain, in the south of Spain, in Seville, where it's hot and sunny and beautiful. I've never been to Ukraine. No, I know actually very little about Eastern Europe. I need to go a little bit more, definitely. I want to travel a lot in the next few years. I don't know if it will happen. Hopefully it will, but I guess we'll have to see. My favorite place to spend a vacation. I mean, I've been to quite a few places and I've loved everything, but I think the best was really when I was with the right people. I mean, you could go on a vacation in a city nearby and be with your best friends, and that will make the whole vacation. So I don't want to say any favorites. I liked every vacation. Okay, so does the language that you're thinking in change to match the language that you're speaking? Does the language... Okay, so basically, I think you're asking me if I think in the same language as I speak, right? Pretty much. I would say that I usually think in the language that I mostly speak at the moment. So right now, it's all English. But let's say I travel to France to see my family, it's probably going to switch back to French. Now, if I am in Spain and I am spending, the whole day with my Spanish friends, then it's probably going to start shifting towards Spanish. But I think in that aspect, I'm a bit of a chameleon. I adapt to what I'm speaking, really. So yeah. Any plans for teaching French? I am teaching French as well online. If you guys are interested, just send me a message and I will let you know. But yeah, I also teach French online. Yeah, it's a lot more difficult than English, guys. Be aware of that. It's a lot more challenging, but you can do it. Yes. Do I know? Yeah, I know what the Cyrillic alphabet is. Your name is spelled in Cyrillic alphabet. But I don't know how to read it at all. That's why I call you Cyprian instead of Sergei. When we will see Marine dress in formal clothes? Why? You don't like my t-shirt? I haven't had any occasion to dress in any kind of formal kind of dress or clothes. But I do have a wedding at the end of the year, so you'll see me dressed nicely then. I guess in summer I do, dress a bit nicer, so maybe I will dress nicer later. Don't know. Do I ride bicycle? Yes, but I hate it. I don't like riding the bike. I know, I'm very lazy. Aaron, my partner, likes riding the bike because in Cambridge, where he's from, they go everywhere by bike. But I feel like it's just too hot in Seville to ride a bicycle. I used to ride the bike to work, and you would get to work all sweaty and stinky, and it's just like, I'm just starting the day and I already need a shower. So now I'm very lazy when it comes to riding a bicycle. Very lazy. Would you describe Marine as a child? I ain't no child, guys. I'm 28. Am I 28? I think I'm 20. I'm 28 years old. My favorite music. Sing-along music. I don't care what it is, but if I know the lyrics and I can sing to it, I love it. So I'm quite I quite like pop music because it's, it's very singy. You can sing pop music. So yeah, all of the Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Rihanna, all of that, I love it. A TV series to watch in order to improve your language. Anything in English is great, really. But I can tell you a little bit about my favorite TV shows. I really, really like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's really fun. Now, of course, Modern Family. That's one of the, the famous ones. New Girl. I like New Girl as well. If you like things that are a little bit more science fiction and space and stuff like that, The 100 is quite cool. It's really, really cool. I like it. I think there's about 6 seasons. They're releasing the latest season now. Now, of course, Game of Thrones, but you know what? Game of Thrones is probably a little bit more complicated to understand, just because the context of the show is complicated. And there are so many different accents, and some of them are really, really strong. So this might be a bit challenging. Just like another show that I quite like, which is Peaky Blinders, it's quite hard to understand as well. So that might be good for more advanced levels. Another show that I like, because it's easy. Lucifer. Did I just write Lucifer? Lucifer. It's quite cool because there's also a little bit of moral. It's basically the devil that left hell and he decided to go to Los Angeles because he doesn't want to listen to his father. And you kind of follow the whole story. It's quite cool. I like it. Was I social and a talkative child, a creative child? I think so. I think I was even more social when I was younger. And, as you get older, you start worrying more about things, about what people might think of you. But I was definitely the kind of child that would just go to people and talk to them. Definitely. And yeah, always creative. I'm also an only child, so I kind of had to find ways to entertain myself when I was young. So I was a lot into painting and singing and acting and, like creating bracelets with beads and doing some sewing things. So yeah, that's always been my jam. Do you know this expression? It is my jam. It's my kind of thing. I like it. Do I like cooking? I love cooking, but I hate following recipes. So I always love inventing things. But that's why, for example, I love making desserts, but they don't always come out perfectly because I just don't follow the recipe. I feel like, okay, what happens is I make a dessert once, it comes out great. Then I try to redo it and I think I remember how to do it. So I don't check the recipe and I mess it up. But I really like improvising with what's left. When you open your fridge and you're like, what should I make tonight? I think that's where I shine. That's where I do really good. Okay, so what else do we have, guys? When I don't understand a word in that series, I get worried if I can't understand the main idea. What do you say about that? There are cases where I'm listening to something and there's a word I don't understand, and that doesn't bother me from understanding the whole show. If you're really bothered by that one word you didn't understand, write it down and look it up. That's fine. But usually you don't need that one word to understand everything. You should be able to understand the general idea. If not, just pause, have a look at that word, make sure you understand, and go again. Now, I know it's not completely related, but sometimes it can help to have the subtitles in English, just because you can see the words, and sometimes they sound very different from what they look. So that's when it could be useful. You just want to be careful not to turn this activity into a reading activity. So be careful when you do use subtitles, guys, because you tend to just read afterwards. Okay? Let's see. DIY Japanese candy. That was fun. Do I prefer iPhone or Android smartphones? I don't really like iPhone. I used to not like Apple at all. But now I have a Mac, and I have to admit it's a really, really good machine. That kind of laptop is good. And, when you're doing a lot of editing and things like that, it's good. But I just don't find it very intuitive on the iPhone. Like, I really miss that back button that you have on every single Android. So I would probably go with smartphones, Android smartphones. Okay, I'm not sure what you're trying to refer to, Khalil. You should know the future of the accents. Maybe you know it, but the way how to pronounce. I'm not sure what you mean there, Khalil. Can you specify a bit? All right, guys. Well, we've basically reached an hour now, so it's going to be time for me to go. I'm going to take the little doggy on a walk now. Make sure, guys, to like the video. Make sure to share it. Of course, this is for you guys, and I'd love to be able to help as many students as possible. I can see that we're just a few more every day. Right now, I think we've been up to 13 people during the lesson at once. This is fantastic. I would love it if next week we could be up to 15. Let's grow all together, guys. Thank you so much for participating so much in the comment section. The lessons would not be as fun if you guys didn't communicate with me as well. So I really would like to thank you for that, because it makes a big, big difference for me as a teacher. And it has also an impact on the full lesson. And it wouldn't be this good if you guys weren't this interactive. Active, I guess, just active. All right, let's see the last few comments. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'll enjoy the sun. Absolutely. Now I think it is my natural hair color. You can still see a little bit of bits of blondes, but this is about my natural hair color. Yeah, it's not going to stay natural very long. It's going to go red soon. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You rock. Thank you so much. Again, don't hesitate to share this video. I am sure you know people that could benefit from it. Just even if it's not, because of the topic itself, but because it's always good practice. I talk a lot during the lives. So it's also a good thing, you could have it on in the background while you're cooking, for example, or doing the ironing. Just some kind of English going on is always good, guys. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Take care. And of course, see you next Thursday at 3 p.m. But also see you tomorrow from the Say Oh Yes account. That will be at 12:30 p.m. Spanish time. And we're going to have a look at conditionals. Ooh. And, of course, there will be a quiz at the end. Can you get it all right? I don't know. You'll have to prove me wrong, guys. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Mwah. See you next week. Bye-bye. Ooh, and of course, keep on learning. Bye-bye.